Good morning. So it's going to be a bit of a cloudy day today. Absolutely stunning. But I thought I would share just a bit about my morning routine. I have mentioned I've come across a lot of inspirational speakers, and the one thing I've learned is, and this has come across my Instagram page lately, is when you wake up in the morning, a lot of people, they say that's actually when the highest, I think, rate of heart attacks is. So obviously in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to end up having a heart attack. And after 50, you are so much more aware of your health and your mind, etc. So what I do now is when I first wake up, I actually do deep breathing. So I breathe in for 4 and I breathe out for 6. Sometimes I alternate, and sometimes I do the 4-4-4. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. But I found the first one is easier, and so I do that for a few minutes. And then I've come across a whole bunch of articles lately about what to do and what not to do. So I have actually been waking up and I gargle with sea salt and warm water because they say that actually kills the bacteria in your mouth when you first wake up. Not brushing your teeth, salt water. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've started doing that, and then brush my teeth, obviously. But they also said you mustn't drink coffee for the first 90 minutes after you've woken up because that increases your cortisol or your acids in your body. So wait, and then also have been sitting in front of as you've noticed, my balcony, and they say you must get 2 minutes and more of sun in the mornings because that is the best thing for you instead of just waking up and eating breakfast or drinking coffee. So I have started. Sorry, I'm busy catching a mosquito. I hope I got it. Because you have, on the island, my husband has got dengue and chikungunya, all these different mosquito diseases, but he's fine. It's just par for the course. When the rains come down from the mountains, and yeah, I don't know the whole story, but anyway. So I have now been sitting in the sun, and I have the most amazing speakers on YouTube. So Andrew Huberman, he says you must get 2 minutes and more, and you must actually go watch his podcast because he's absolutely brilliant. And then after your circadian clock kicks in, he says you must also watch the sun set because then your melatonin kicks in and it helps with sleeping. And especially, when you're after 50, you need every help you can get. No. So then after I've sat in the sun and I've enjoyed nature, I normally will say a prayer while I'm waiting for the few minutes to absorb my vitamin D. Then I'll make my cappuccino, and the next thing they say, and when you're making your cappuccinos, don't add in anything extra. So now I've been adding in ginger powder, cinnamon powder, and cocoa powder. So this is my new coffee routine that I'm going to be starting. And oh wow, look at this. As I'm talking, Air Emirates has just come in. So this is how close the airport is in the plane to my house. So this right here, it's my alarm clock every morning as well. So if it wasn't the bus at 5:30, it would be Air Emirates coming in. So yes, these are the views. I love it. It's just absolutely fascinating. So yes, after I've had my coffee, the second thing I've been learning lately, I need to go back and read my notes, but I love, well, should I say my videos, not my notes. So they say you should actually rather have yogurt first thing in your gut because asked if you have anything else, the acidity affects you. And, oh, by the way, sorry, the coffee. The reason why you must have your coffee like that, it increases your metabolism. So that was what I meant to say. Anyway, going back to my yogurt. So what I normally do is I have Greek yogurt and I add in blueberries. And then I've been Googling what is the natural foods that increases your estrogen levels. So I made a bit of a concoction, should I say. So I take pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, and sunflower seeds, and I've ground them up. And I put at least 2 tablespoons of mine because I'm trying to increase my estrogen levels, because I find my serotonin levels are rock bottom during this stage of life. So far, so good. I seem to be in a happy state. But yes. And then after I've had my breakfast, then I'm trying to add protein to my list. So as I mentioned before, I have my fry eggs in olive oil, but they say you must actually cook it in ghee. It's also very healthy for you. And I add a bit of chili flakes for, vitamin C and sea salt. So that's my breakfast routine. And then during the day now, I've been doing tuna with mayonnaise, and I love cutting chilies into it and capers. And I'm trying not to do bread now, but my go-to thing is the Provita's snack breads. Oh my word, they're so nice. The rye bread is my favorite. So I have been having that for lunch. Sometimes, if I don't have eggs for breakfast, I will have I'll have eggs for lunchtime. And then I start my morning routine. So I've been trying to study my French. I'm studying on Duolingo, and then I watch Alexa on YouTube. And they've got all these little animated French videos, and I also put on my Prime Video, and I put the French subtitles on. So I'm getting a lot of knowledge thrown at me, and I'm hoping to do a beginner's course through Alliance Française in May. I'm just waiting for them to come back to me. And then I also want to do an advanced Excel course. Actually, I want to do the whole Microsoft package. That's my goal. So if I have to come back to South Africa, and I'd love to go back to schools, I want to be able to have my certificate. So I've also been learning on YouTube, my beginners and intermediate. So this is my morning routines at the moment. And then I forgot to mention, I have started trying to do a stretching exercise in the morning. So there is a YouTuber, it's called Showalin Online, and he does a 7-minute stretch, which is so awesome because I can't do much when I first wake up. I know I'm supposed to, but I just can't. So I do a stretching exercise with him. And then, as you know, obviously, it's normal. You clean, and I juk everything, and I spring clean. But in the afternoons, I also have started when I first got here, I started doing it's a 70s workout video. And she is incredible. It's only 20 minutes. I must admit, when I first got here, I could only do 3 minutes. That was the extent. But, and then I love watching Kayla, her podcast on YouTube, His Word, My Walk. Oh my word, she's absolutely brilliant. So I did the book of Matthew with her, and then I started doing John. But she's actually started doing the Bible from the beginning. So I started doing Genesis. I actually finished Genesis. I'm so proud of myself because I don't finish anything much. So yeah, my goal is to finish things these days and not procrastinate or hesitate. So I'm very proud of myself that I even got to finish that. So now I'm going to be starting. I sort of started Exodus, but I need to go back to the beginning and start watching her going to Exodus. And what I love is at the end of her channel, she does a walkout challenge, and it's so convicting. I love it because it challenges me and it convicts my heart. So that is one of my my go-to YouTubers. And another one I've been watching, and she's the one that inspired me to do my videos. Her name is Jenny Fain, Spirit-Filled Home. Oh, she's amazing. I'm trying to figure out if I can put their links in my description. So I'll put their @ and what their YouTube channels are, so you can go and have a look if you're interested. So that is my day at the moment. Each day varies, but I'll let you know what I do the next time. But I hope you have an awesome day.